Welcome to UnJustified, where we always cover the truth, the facts, the good, the bad, the ugly, on an unbiased and sometimes very unpopular opinion. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe now and hit the notification bell, and that way you will receive all of our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for being here, and we do hope you enjoy today's video.
Hello, everyone.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. I think we just lost Dave again.
Yeah, I think it may be his connection instead of my mic, but I don't know.
Well, guys, tonight is a free-for-all conversation. So anything y'all want us to talk about, please put in the comments and we will address them. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah. Gail, Kathy, Chick, Tracy, there she is. Now I can fix her on that mod thing. I don't know what was going on with that the other night. I really don't, but how is everybody tonight? West Coast Girl, Chick, Tracy, Gail, Kathy. It's good to see y'all here. Come over here to hang out with us and talk about who cares what. Yeah, we've had to cancel our live from the other channel. What was it, last night? Last night. And we were going to do one earlier today, and I don't remember what happened.
You went to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I did go to Cracker Barrel. Is that why?
Yeah, and then I had to go drop off stuff at the cook-off, so that took me away. Hey, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. Welcome back to Team Unjustified. Y'all got any good things y'all want to talk about tonight? What all we can discuss? Has anyone ever discussed the paint NK wanted Chris to pick up? Not really ever discussed that. Thought about it a lot, wondered about it. I haven't really discussed. Have you ever talked about that, Dave?
Yeah, it really doesn't turn out to be anything at all.
Really?
Yeah, because what the heck was it? It was legitimate though. Whatever, I can't remember. It's been so long. It was just like a dead end. It really didn't do anything.
Yeah, it was touch-up paint for Toyota, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah.
I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. What really got me is when he done that search for CVS, close to Nicole's house. That one always kind of but I've never talked about it. I have mentioned it, because it was before he went to North Carolina, and he was looking for a CVS close to Nicole's, and I was like, and I was kind of thinking possibly the Oxy. I don't know, but I did find that kind of odd, the CVS search. I hope my mic's working.
It is.
Okay, good deal. I'm gonna turn this fan off because I think that might be causing the problem with the mic.
No, same.
Still the same?
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Just hug that son of a gun and keep it close to you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Did anyone ever look up the VIN number on the Toyota 4Runner or white van? The Toyota 4Runner was ran, wasn't it?
Yes.
Discovery, and it was registered. Was it registered to Nicole or Dad?
It was registered to Nicole. The Dakota the gray or silver Dakota, Dodge Dakota, was actually a year and a half later was still registered to Dwayne Kessinger. But the white 4Runner was sold shortly after.
It was sold very shortly after. I mean, it makes me wonder how shortly, because she didn't even have a ride to any of her interviews.
That's right. And I think that was mainly because they didn't want the 4Runner around any of the police dogs.
Right.
Yeah, I do too. That's awfully odd too, because they did have a search warrant for that vehicle.
Yes. Yeah. David Baumauer, what is it? He had it for the 4Runner, her apartment, a laptop, and her cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then
and when
all
she
of
called,
it was thrown in the garbage. So
when she called, all that was dismissed. It was irrelevant after she made her call
How
that morning.
convenient.
Yeah. Imagine that.
well, I still think that she called FBI before she called Frederick Police Department.
100% think she did, and I think she met with them too.
Yes, before that they did anything, because, well, as soon as her friends from Anadarko called her and said that they were there and took her emails, then she called her dad. And okay, they had to call her, which means she was not at work. So she called her dad, calls the lawyer, and I think right after she called the lawyer, she called the FBI, because she was the only one that was actually interviewed by FBI. And they have her down as a witness for the prosecution. And one weird thing is that, well, there's a lot of weird things, but they have Dwayne Kessinger as a witness too. So
yeah, I get that. Yeah,
why in the heck would he be a witness?
I know, and I've been, people's come at me about that when I've said, "Why would he be a witness?" And they're like, "You can be a witness. It doesn't mean you were part of it." I get that. I get that. But how can you be a witness if you have nothing that you witnessed?
That's right.
Like, you can't just pull any random person in and say, "Oh, you're a witness."
No.
I just,
The only way I could see it is if she actually did go to the FBI first, because he would be a witness to whatever it was that she said during that interview.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise they'd have to do, well, what they call it is a voir dire, and that's like third party. You get sworn in the same as if you're a witness, but the only thing is you're doing a third party witness statement on the stand. So
Right. Hello, Joanne, Michelle. Glad to see y'all come and join us tonight.
Kathy has a question. I put it on the screen for you.
What about the meeting at the cabin? Kind of lost on that one. Cabin. I'm not sure. What cabin? I got Estes?
don't know of any cabin.
Yeah, I'm kind of
See, I
lost.
didn't either.
Honey, you might have to elaborate just a little bit more, because it's like, I forgot.
Michelle N wants to know if there's any validity to the CPS reports.
I wished I could answer that. I really do. That's really, there's definitely validity. I can say that. We can say that much because it is in the discovery.
Actually, if you go, what's the best way of putting this? If you go and search the CPS, the records, around the same time, there was actually two females, both at the same ages, and it says closed right on there, would be the day that they had taken them out of the tanks when they were declared dead. But it doesn't have any names on it. That's the only problem. But then again, if you go back again to discovery, they said that they were scheduled to go to family court the coming week. And some said it was for the housing, for the housing that they, what the heck is it called?
Oh, they had that as well. Yeah, that was
the
for
Homeowners Association.
Yes.
Yeah, that was for August the 24th, but that is a completely different one.
Right.
Besides,
That's civil. That's not
Yeah,
family
that
court.
wouldn't be family court. That would be civil.
Right. So
No, I mean it distinctively says in there that it is for family court, and then there's a phone number. And what is the chick's name? I want to say it was Robin. I can't remember. But anyway, the phone number is for the North Carolina Child Protective Services. So I'm not sure. When I first looked at that, I was like, well, that could be prodigal because, children were involved, and maybe the CPS is called in on something like that. But then when I seen that it was a North Carolina agency, then that just kind of confused.
yeah, see with that, then something must have happened in North Carolina in order for the CPS in North Carolina getting in touch with Colorado.
Right. And I've heard several things that, well, I can't say several things. One thing, it's what it was. It's why it could possibly have been a CPS issue in North Carolina. I'm not even going to elaborate on that because I never could confirm it.
No. The only
I
other
mean,
I
thing
think
is when they went to, like, CPS actually went to Dodge and had Chris sign off on it saying that he had killed the girls. But then again, it says in there that no future or no prior, what the heck was it, involvement with CPS. So with that there, that means that they've never been interviewed. But if that's what this whole thing was about, from North Carolina to Colorado, they wouldn't have been interviewed yet. So
Kathy, are you talking about the campgrounds where they stayed at the sand dunes? Is that what you're talking about?
oh, it sounds like someone may have used their GPS and figured out mileage to a Estes campground. Is that the name of the place where they stayed at Sand Dunes? Is that the name of the campground? I don't remember the name of the campground.
I don't remember the name. Hold on, let me look.
That could be what she's talking about. That could be the name of the campground. I can't remember that.
see, the only thing with that is that the only GPS that would be there would be Chris's phone and, well, NK's phone, but they didn't release any of that information. And as to a GPS on the Forerunner, that got sold, so that they never took anything from that.
No, there was nothing. Oh, to my knowledge, they never even touched the Forerunner.
Nope. So it wasn't at the sand dunes, it was somewhere else.
I mean, people will tell you, yes, Jim was interviewed, and yes, her apartment was searched, and yes, this was searched. Don't tell me that. If you can't prove it, don't tell me, because I don't want to hear some hearsay, speculation. I want to see it. If I don't see it, then it didn't happen.
That nudist camp thing, that was AD's thing, I think, because it was never confirmed there. They
It
even went
isn't.
to the nudist camp.
It's outside of Denver, Colorado. So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it wasn't confirmed, I didn't look into it.
No.
so I'm not sure.
Hello, Mary. Good to see you. Mary has been with Team Unjustified, y'all, since my very first channel. She is one of the OGs, always comments on the videos. I want to give you a very special thank you, Mary.
Holy smokes.
You're not
December
unseen,
31st,
girl.
2012, she started with YouTube.
Yeah, you're very much appreciated, Mary. Been with me since day one. Hell, she may have even been my first subscriber to this channel. I mean, she's been with me forever.
It was a nudist camp. That's funny.
Well,
So,
no,
yeah,
AD
that is
came up
funny.
with a nudist camp, and that's where they went to. So you can imagine going to a nudist camp in the sand dunes. That's not going to happen.
Seriously, was the camp?
It wasn't the sand dunes. I looked it up. It's a camping ground, but
Yeah, because
I don't know
close
if
to
they
where the
went
sand
there.
dunes was I can't remember the guy's name. He's actually from Canada, and he went and built this little village. And what he did is he tried to get every denomination there is, like every religion, and he wanted to set up a little town for all of them. But with that, they had the cults in there too, and that's where they figured that where NK went to, because Chris fell asleep. Well, he woke up. They were sleeping. He woke up, and she was gone. And it was about an hour and a half later, I think it was, after he woke up, that she came back.
Yeah, Cindy actually talked about that yesterday. Just
Oh, did
yesterday.
she?
Yeah, she brought that up herself.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah. She said, yeah. I mean, she brought it up out of the blue. I hadn't even thought. Actually, I never really thought much into it because that is something that Cadel said, right? And then when Cindy said it, and Chris had told her that too, I was like, wow, damn, there's something to it then. Come on, John. She's
John.
You're one of the few, honey. You're one of the few. I'm just saying.
I think I'll pass.
Yeah, double pass.
I'm being honest too. I mean, I there's a lot of men, including my husband, that think she's just nasty. I mean, just literally nasty.
Yeah, but your husband doesn't get out much.
He does, though, Dave. He's gone all the time. He really, he's a
He
truck
drives
driver.
all the way here to Texas and back to Alabama. He
Yeah.
gets out.
Yeah, he's been at he's been gone all weekend. He just got home. He won last night, and tonight they didn't pull it off, but let's see. No,
Mary, I have to agree with you. I fall asleep listening to Kim's reading and stuff like that because her voice is so damn relaxing.
Yeah,
Actually, I
even
think
just
I
talking on the
accidentally
phone,
fell
you fall
asleep
asleep.
on the phone with her twice. But in my defense, I had a rough chemo day, so you did relax me and
Mary,
put me to sleep. It wasn't a boring conversation.
Mary is a star, y'all. She's great. She really is. Hell of a loyal supporter.
Good morning, Kacha.
Why do you say that name? Kachat?
Kachat?
Kacha, I believe.
Cha. That's really cool.
Kacha. I like that name.
I do too.
Good morning.
That's awesome.
Wow, you're in Finland.
Look at John.
What time is it there in Finland?
He's like, y'all funny. Oh, God, y'all. He's one of those. He likes NK. Oh, at least, hey, look, y'all. Awful brown bikini. At least he's got taste in clothes, right?
Yeah.
Gonna give you that. We will give you that, John. That bikini is hideous. And I'll tell you, I will say this about NK. She's built good. She's really got a nice figure. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, she does. I mean, why put that brown bikini on? I mean, damn, she could put a different bikini on. Something. She's built really nice, but
that's
I don't know.
yoga, though.
My mom always said beauty is skin deep.
And she's very ugly on the inside.
She is,
and her voice is
ugly.
terrible. You could gag her and maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're into that kind of thing.
I agree. All the yoga. Yeah.
Amen, Kathy. She does not have taste.
No. Literally, she doesn't. Like, she's just, I don't know. I'm definitely not a fan. I can't stand her. And no, it's not because of her being independent and none of that. No, it's not because she was sleeping with the married man. None of that. It's because of the way she just didn't give two damns when she knew where those babies were at. Like, there was no room. I mean, she works that stuff. She knows about those things, and she didn't even show it, except with the fake crying, right? She showed no kind of. She was cold and
remorse
callous.
whatsoever. Yeah. She was
Almost
cold and callous about it.
Yeah. And had she have been more like Amber Fry, let's go with Amber Fry, her hero, who she thinks she is, and she's all but. Amber really had remorse. I mean, she came out publicly, apologized to the family when she really didn't even have nothing to apologize for because she didn't know, but she did it. You know, she took lie detector tests. She wired herself. I mean, she went above and beyond to help Lacey's family.
Oh, you're talking about Amber Frey? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, she had no idea. She was blindsided too.
Yeah, she literally cares nothing about no one but herself. I mean, she barely knew the guy, but yeah, she could tell you every damn macro that has ever went in his mouth since June the 29th. Guarantee you that. Amber Fry. Let me tell you so funny about Amber Fry, y'all. Back when that first happened and it was all over the media and everything, you know, if y'all remember then, we really didn't have internet, right? So me and my husband had went out to eat, and I literally the waiter thought I was Amber Fry. I was like, "Oh,
Really?
yes." I mean, I got that several times. People, "You look just like Amber Fry," and they thought I was Amber Fry. Like, no, nope, nope, nope. No, but I mean, I didn't take it as a cut down or nothing, you know. I think Amber's pretty, but I never realized that I looked like her. New with this case. Oh, wow. Wow. I didn't know anybody much anymore was new with the Watts case, but you know, since that Suburban um, came out, I do believe there's new people still coming into the case. Thank you, West Coast girl. Kathy, that's so sweet of you. Thank y'all. The more you know, the more confused you will get. Good answer, chick. Like really, like we've been deep diving this case for years and we're still confused. You know what's even odder than that? Chris is confused. I mean that's the truth. He says he don't even know what in the hell happened. How do y'all feel about that? Do you believe he don't know? I mean, he claims he doesn't know.
Well, I could see if he ended up getting PTSD from either witnessing it or doing it, because your memory is gone. Or is it that he's lying and he knows exactly what happened, or he just doesn't know because he wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, the things he wants to know is just like, why would he want to know whose handprints were on there
Mm-hmm.
after almost 4 years? And he's still asking, I want to know whose handprints was on there.
Well, another weird thing is why their medical records got sealed. He doesn't remember agreeing to that.
Well, no, he asked. He
Yeah.
asked. He literally asked. He actually filed a thing to see the medical records that he signed to be sealed, and they denied that request. They denied him having the unredacted discovery. He has asked for that several times. They denied him everything. I mean, they won't give him anything. He don't. He don't
Well,
have nothing.
even Nico's DNA, like they won't even give him that.
Mm-mm.
And
No,
same with
that's
Ronnie.
got to be part of the medical records, Dave. You know, it's
It
got to
should be,
be.
yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah, but why are you going to give it to one side and not the other? I mean, there are two Chris's involved. All they said was Chris is the father. Okay, well, which one?
Yeah, I mean, they will not give him anything. He literally, well, y'all know he did. He actually filed for that not long ago, and he was denied recently to be able to see that. Just weird. If you sign something, you should be able to see the document you signed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, if he was given DB, he wouldn't know. That's true, Kathy, and that's that's never left my mind either. PTSD, all real. That's true. But he swears he does not remember what happened. And when he was filing the motions with the court, and the judge was literally denying every motion he filed, like he filed a motion to get DNA taken off of Shanann's neck and her fingernails and all those sorts of things. And of course, the judge denied it. And I don't know. Maybe hell, why wouldn't he want to take that plea, right? If they're denying every motion he files to try to get DNA, it's pretty obvious you ain't got a chance in hell.
Well, one of
You're
the
not
biggest things about that whole crap, or even with the autopsy, the judge said that the defense was supposed to get 48 hours notice before they did the autopsy. And
right.
yet they went and did the autopsy right away. And they wouldn't let the defense team in. And that was the day that went over to the Watts house when Nosy Nate called the police on the defense team. So what do you do with that? That'd be grounds for a 35C right then and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he don't want it.
No.
He don't want it.
No, because either way he's gonna die in prison. So, and he said that why talk? It's not gonna bring anybody back. So the only thing he's gonna do is implicate more people.
Yeah, and he believes that if he gets out, even if he does get out, that it's just going to cause a whole new can of worms to open up for his family, her family, everything else. And he don't even want to do it. He don't want a 35C. He does not. He don't want out. It's weird.
Well, all that money that the Rusiks received, they'd have to pay it all back, or pay it to him. Yeah. Either way.
Yeah. Yeah, he really didn't have any. It would help. Yeah. Well, he's, as far as law, yeah, he definitely, and it just happened so fast. It was fast. And they were denying every motion he filed, like literally every one.
Well, even for Rourke to put in there about the DNA being destroyed, that's crazy. Like, why?
Hello, Chick Tracy.
Somebody has something up here. Where was it? Anyway, I seen it. It's gone, but it was something about Danielle. There was a question in here about Danielle being there that weekend. I have no idea.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it for you.
There, but
there you go.
It was as low key as Jim was.
Kathy wanted to know, was Danielle in town?
Is that confirmed?
Yeah, because she was hosting, remember?
No, I don't remember. She was there, though.
Yeah, she said that she was hosting Danielle and Jim that weekend.
Yeah, I knew that, but was she already there? Like, I remember her saying Jim was there. I remember her saying Jim was there, but I don't know about the other one. Honestly, I believe he didn't know a lot of what was going on, and that's because of who all came in so fast and what they were doing and saying. Yeah, everything happened so fast, and like the What's Wednesday live that we're going to have, y'all, this is going to be another shit slinger, but
they're all going to be shit slingers, so just get ready, guys.
I hate to be so bluntly honest, but that, it is. We're going to be covering those letters, several letters, and I actually called Cindy. Well, no, actually they called me. But anyway, I got the story about the letter and what the situation was with the letter. But that's not the only letter we're going to cover. How many are we going to cover, y'all? Like 4 of them? I think it's 4.
Yeah,
Something like
one,
that, yeah.
two. Yeah, it was like 4.
Yeah, four letters that I think need to be talked about. The ones talked about all the time. I mean, we're asked about that one like pretty much every day. But the others you don't hear that much about. But in my opinion, I think they need to be talked about as well because they kind of all coincide together.
See, when the one that Chris wrote, they were going up and down with that one there, saying that the date that was put on there is different handwriting than what Chris had. And I do have, I think it's 5 or 6, it'd be 5 or 6 letters or whatever you want to call them, love notes or poems that he sent to NK, and the dates are done different than what is on that letter. So it's almost like somebody added the date after the fact. So
Forever, I always thought that he wrote that letter after the fact, after he was already back. And okay, this goes to my theory a long time ago, not the one I have now, but I don't even have a theory now because I have the story. But I always thought since the date is different, I mean, it just looks different. I always thought that he wrote that and Kay had it and wrote the date on it and send it to the Watts to have it when they went to sentencing. That was literally what I thought happened, but
he could have actually gave it to Ronnie when Ronnie was there, and Ronnie took it back home.
no, that's not that's not what Cindy said.
Right.
I mean the story, but I mean that's before I talked to her and asked her what the situation was behind that letter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because to me the date just did look different, and maybe it is. Maybe when he wrote it, somebody's like, "You need to date it," and it sounds like that day he wasn't just all about it. So maybe somebody else did put the date on it. Let's see. Yeah, I like that utter nutter. I have to agree with you there. I don't know a lot, but I'm sure they're out there. They're out there, but like I was telling him earlier, I don't know a lot of people that's likes her at all. At all. And it's not necessarily because of her looks or anything like that. It's on the outside. It's her looks on the inside.
I don't know if you guys be interested that much or not, but we're planning on doing one on Metgate.
Oh yes, that's gonna be yeah. We're gonna have to wear our helmets on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. We're gonna do that after the letters, right? I mean, we was gonna do it this weekend, but we had several people asking about the letter, so we decided to do the letter. But yeah, Nutgate's it's gonna take me a while to put that timeline together, and because people just they know bits and pieces of that story, really they do. And there really is a timeline to it too.
The biggest
And
problem is there's so much misinformation out there too. So
tons, tons, tons. And so yeah, when we do Nutgate, that's gonna be a real yeah. I almost dread that one. But it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Controversy plus, ain't that the truth? I'm sure if I met NK, the cheese would slide off my cracker too.
I know, I was
that's
just
right.
reading that.
It would. It would. You'd be like that. What's that squirt cheese? What is that? Cheese whiz?
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Ugh.
No, you don't like it, girl. I can take that with some Ritz crackers and make a meal. Make a meal.
I used to like it, but I don't know. Whenever I was pregnant with Brandon, for some reason, I just got sick off it every time I tried to eat it.
Oh, you did? See, I did that with pickles with Josh, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm telling you. But I can take Cheese Whiz and some Ritz crackers. Girl, I can, it's supper, breakfast, dinner, I'm good with it.
I used to love it, but now, ugh, I can't even stand the smell of it.
I got like that too. You can do that. You can just gorge yourself out on something. We always had Cheese Whiz as a kid. I love it. Love it, girl. Damn, I'm gonna have to get some of that tomorrow when I go up to the Walmart. Danielle, she really did. She did look a lot like Shanann, didn't she?
She sure did.
She really did. That's very odd too. What do y'all think about I guess y'all know me. I just get so tired of that case. Other cases, what do y'all think about? Let me tell you some of the cases that I really deep dug into and really just, I don't know, I just couldn't get them out of my head. Let me tell you one that really did. And I know this case has been talked about to the end of the world too. That is the Gypsy Rose case. What do y'all think about that case?
That one was one crazy mother, that's for damn sure.
Absolutely. I watched, and I'll tell you what got me into this. Believe it or not, y'all are not, you two ain't gonna believe this. It was The Act, the documentary on what is it, Netflix or Hulu? The Act.
I think it was on Hulu, wasn't it?
Thanks. One of them. I'm gonna tell you. I knew. I sort of knew. You know, of course, I knew the case, but I didn't really look into it. Pay that. I mean, you know. But then when I watched that, it was like, oh my God. And so, you know us, we're just sitting here and I was literally trying to find everything I could on that case. I guarantee you I listened to every podcast on it, every documentary. I was pulling up trial transcripts. It was crazy. I went, and this is before I had a YouTube channel. So of course I've really never covered it on this channel because when I came to YouTube, I was doing Chris Watts, and at that point, there was a lots of people doing Gypsy. So I was just like, yeah, I ain't doing that. But man, that case, what do you think about it? I mean, what do you seriously think about it? Do you really think Gypsy? I Gypsy went through moral hell with her mother. 100%. I believe Gypsy Rose had Stockholm syndrome. Um,
Hell, her mom lied to her about how old she was. She didn't even know how old she really
yeah, I mean,
was.
her mom was a piece of shit, but you know,
I
her
don't
mom
think
was
she
done that way.
deserved to die,
No, 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 no.
but
Uh-uh. No, and it bothers me when I see people say that. It really does because I don't feel that's the answer,
no.
and I just don't. And that case really has me messed up, to be honest, because I feel like I got an unpopular opinion, and
And her boyfriend that she convinced to kill him, I don't think uh he has
He's a couple of sandwiches short of a picnic basket, is the best way to put it.
yeah,
well, I was trying to put it a proper way, but there you go.
yeah.
But
Let
no,
me,
the whole thing sucks from start to finish because,
Because he
uh,
got life and she only got, what, 7 years?
yeah,
yeah,
that's my problem with that case right there,
yeah,
just to be honest. And I know that's unpopular as hell. But the way I look at it is Gypsy planned that shit.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, she planned that, and I know her mom's a piece. And if Gypsy had have done it herself, then man, I mean, self defense.
Right.
I was watching something today, and she got the idea of her life being so terrible from that cartoon Tangle from Disney.
Yeah.
She
Really?
compared her mother. Was it you that sent that to me, Dave?
I could have.
I
I
think
don't
you did
remember.
send it
I
to me
send you guys a
today.
lot of stuff.
And she like compared her mother to the witch that kidnapped the kidnapped Rapunzel when she was younger and was keeping her for her hair. And that's
Wow.
where she got the idea that her mom was the evil mom trapping her and keeping her for the attention to keep her sick. I mean, that's why she gave her a feeding tube,
Yeah.
so she could control what went wrong with the little girl.
Hmm. That was that case. I think Gypsy should have gotten more than what she got. I do.
Oh, heck yeah.
I think she knew exactly what she was doing. I think she should have done it herself and not had the guy do it. That is absolutely crazy as hell. And a lot of people feel sorry for him. I don't. I don't feel sorry for him at all. I believe he's where he needs to be. His mind ain't right.
No.
I've seen where people was writing him and he would literally talk to these people like they were these women like they were dogs and saying, "You
Yeah.
don't want Victor to come out of me." I'm like, "Damn, dude, you crazy." You know. I just but as far as I wouldn't I wouldn't want to be around Gypsy. I'm just saying and it's not even her fault. It's that's all she knows. But I do believe that since that is all she knows, then yeah, I don't think I wouldn't want to be around her.
I mean, her mom wouldn't even let her see her own dad without her being there. And then
Mm.
she told Gypsy that her dad didn't even want her,
Yeah,
that
her
he
mom.
had a new wife and had a new child and didn't give two craps about her. It was like, shit.
Well, did you know that her mom was also a victim of Munchausen?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
by
It's crazy.
Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah, they
So,
were
yeah,
it's
that's
like
what she was.
it's learned behavior.
Hmm.
Look at there, Alabama, Natalie Holloway. I know a lot. When that case happened, my son-in-law, he went to school with Natalie, graduated with her. I remember when that case happened very well. That was happening around the same time as the Terry Schiavo case. Y'all know who I'm talking about there. And Natalie was happening right around that same time. Terry Schiavo was the lady that, remember, her parents were trying to keep her alive. She was on life support. Her husband wanted her to pass and quit feeding her.
Oh, yeah, I remember that case.
Yeah, and he won. He won. And so she basically just starved to death. Her parents continued to think, and that was a hell of a controversial case as well.
But wasn't she brain dead?
She was. I mean, but her family, they had this, she would have these involuntary muscle, and that does happen. They do have involuntary muscle, but at the same time, you wanna have that faith that they are hearing you, like when they squeeze your hand. I don't know, you wanna believe, right? And that's what her parents continued to do. They continued to hold out faith that she was still in there, but I don't think she was because the water test and all that they done on her because it was in court and also they done the water test and it literally showed nothing, just basically the brain stem, which was continuing the organs. Very
I
sad,
have learned a lot.
sad case, that Chavo
It
case.
was a sad case,
Yeah, it was, oh my
but
goodness.
in that case, I sided with the husband. I'm sorry. She was
Did you?
gone.
See, at the time I wasn't. I was for the parents. Damn, it was
I
a
guess
hard one to go with.
I guess being in the medical field, you just kind of,
Yeah. I
you
see
know,
how
I
people
saw
see
it from
it.
the medical side of it.
Yeah. The science side, and it was just, golly, man. That was I
I
don't know.
signed I signed a DNR because I don't want, if I'm down for past 9 minutes, I don't want my husband to have to sit there and watch me in a bed,
No, no. Uh-uh.
you know, and with having breast cancer and stuff and all the other crap I got wrong with me, anything could happen.
Exactly.
So I don't want my husband to have to sit there or my son to have to sit there and watch me slowly die a
Boy, that was a
terrible
sad
death,
case, wasn't it?
you know? I just don't want that.
Well, there was a lot with that case too. Remember all the protesting and
Oh, yeah.
it was big and like you say, I mean, it was really controversial. You had the people that was with the family, then you had the people that was agreeing with the husband, and here, I mean, like, well, you were with the husband, I was with the family. It's just, I don't ever want to be in the situation to have to do something like that. I don't want to have to
Yeah.
ever make that call. My
Thank you,
daddy,
Michelle.
my daddy was a tape fader. He had dementia, and he was contracted, and he was just a shell by the time he passed away. And I had him at my house, and I had to put insure through his feeding tube. I had to do all that,
Mm,
but I just, I don't know. I guess with Terry, I was kind of putting it with my dad because I had just lost him not long before that. I was just like, you can't let her starve to death, man. Just something. Bring in, Dr. Kevorkian or something. Just don't let her starve to death, man. And that's where I was standing. But at the
was
same
like,
time, the doctor said, Nellie, that even if she wasn't getting
hi,
food,
Lily.
she would have never known it. Like, she wouldn't have been suffering like the average person would suffer if they have no food or water. It wouldn't be happening to her.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
Was like with my sister. She didn't want to go through all that, so we had to honor her wishes. And
Yeah, I get
when the
that.
chemo quit working,
Yeah,
she was in the hospital and they tried to beg her to do these other things. And my sister just wanted to go home.
yeah,
And, you know, the selfish side of me didn't want my sister to go home. I wanted her to keep fighting, but I understand also that there was nothing left that she could fight for. It was the end.
right, right. And so
And
when I get that, girl, and it's hard. It's hard. And I know it was hell on you. I know. She was so young. That makes it
yeah, I
even
know.
God, that makes it
And so
even
now my dad's even more paranoid with me. Anytime something goes wrong, he's like, "What's going on? What did the
I
doc?" I mean,
I
I just
bet.
finally gave him access to my portal. I was like, "Here, just read whatever you want."
I
Because
bet.
him and my mom just freak out every time. I mean, it was hard having two of us with cancer,
Right.
but hers was worse than mine. She had stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. I just have stage 1.
Mhm.
So, big difference. And mine hasn't spread anywhere but from one boob to the other.
Well, we're gonna keep it that way. We are gonna
Yes, we
keep
are.
it that way. Yeah, that's true. They're over here saying quality of life means everything. When my daddy passed, let me tell y'all, um, it was almost bittersweet, because I knew my dad to be he was daddy, he was tough. He earned a Purple Heart in Korean War. I mean, just he was a tough guy, he was daddy. But seeing him in that situation, that wasn't. And I knew daddy would never want to be that way, right? So when he passed, it was just a different kind of grieving. It's like I knew daddy was ready, so it was just not as hard as it was. If he had a good quality of life going on, that would have been completely different, but he didn't. So quality of life's very important. And that story that I did, was it last night, y'all, on that girl and the couch on the other channel? Was it that channel? Or I might have put it here. I don't remember. Her parents pretty much gave up on her, is what I've been reading around, and that's why they just let her pass away, and that's what they're going to try to use in court. That's how do you think that's going to work out? Because she had that locked in syndrome, and they said she had no quality of life, but look how they let her go. I mean, she had bed sores to the bone. That was horrific. She was 36 years old. And the only thing, yeah, melted in her chair. That's the one I'm talking about. And the only thing she could move was her eyes, but her brain and everything was just like ours. She was like, a teenager, and her body just started slowly going away, but she still had her mind. Can you imagine having something like that? Like, the only way you can communicate is blinking your eyes.
Mm-mm.
It's but her parents, the way they let her go, man, they said that she hadn't seen a doctor in decades, and she was sitting on this couch for years, literally years, in her own waste.
I know, that was terrible. That was disgusting.
Yeah, with bed sores to the bone, you know. And now her family, they may not even get charged with anything, because they said they were just letting her go, because she had no quality of life. Hell, she was 36. They should have just put her in a home,
Mm-hmm. They just left her sitting there in her feces and urine. I mean, when the EMTs came in, they said that they could smell a strong odor of feces and urine as soon as they walked into the house.
Yes. Yes, and her mother worked for the prosecutor's office, like the circuit clerk's office. They were well known and well respected people in the area. And they didn't even know they had a daughter. Like, people were shocked. What the hell were they doing? Going to work and just leaving her there all day by herself? Can you
Shit, the
imagine?
neighbors thought that she would already pass because they hadn't seen her in like 10 years come out
Yeah,
of that house. So they
there
thought
was
she had already passed.
there was one neighbor that knew. I guess they had saw her when she was a teenager. This started happening to her when she was what, like in her early teens or something? Because
Mm-hmm.
that picture I put up there of her, she's got a really big smile. So that's before it happened, because she obviously still had control of her muscle. She was smiling in the picture. And it said it started out to where she just was like, she didn't want to go anywhere. She was just kind of like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I don't feel like it. And then it just continued to get worse and worse. And then she just woke up and had no control over nothing but her eyes, blinking them. And then it's
Just
called locked in syndrome.
just real quick, thank you guys for your prayers and well wishes. I truly appreciate it. I see all of them and I'm trying to comment, but it's hard to switch back and forth. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to say thank y'all.
Yes. Thank you all. Nellie is a tough one, y'all. She has been through one hell of a lot in the last year and never complains, ever. Never.
I try not to.
I mean, she does it. She doesn't complain. She's tough. Her sister wasn't even 40 years old.
No,
His
she
sister.
passed away at the age of 38.
Yeah. Looked like a Barbie doll. It's just 10 days before Christmas. I'm not even going to get her.
It's
Yeah,
okay. I'm okay to talk about it now. I'm getting better. But
what I
yeah,
do
it
with,
it was really rough.
yeah. What I always do with Nellie is just like I do with everyone else, try to get her mind off of it. She's just been through so much.
Well, Dave gave me a wonderful idea because me and my sister used to talk every day. There wasn't a day that didn't go by that we didn't talk or text or something. We always had something to talk or text about. So I bought a
Yeah.
journal and now I write to her every day because there's always that split second that I wake up in the morning and for a split second I forget she's gone, and then it's like it all comes flooding back and it sucks. But I mean, it's been a lot of help writing to her. And, my husband sees the journal there. He doesn't read it. I don't care if he reads it, but he knows what it is. My son
Yeah.
knows what it is. And, sometimes I'm happy when I'm writing in it, and sometimes I'm bawling my butt off. But it helps out a lot. I feel like I'm talking to her.
Yeah. It's just, God, what are the odds, man? You and your sister both.
Yeah, no.
What are the odds? Was it? It's, oh my goodness.
And see,
I can't even imagine your
the sad
parents.
thing is my sister, she knew deep down that she had breast cancer, but at the time she was working as a bartender, and they don't have insurance for
Right.
crap, and they don't,
Yeah.
she made good tips, but
Yeah.
she didn't have insurance, and so she ended up having to wait till that Obamacare kicked in, and by then she had had the tumor for about 8 months, and it had already metastasized to her liver and her bones.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Jeez. Yeah.
but it pisses me off. They have this medicine for COVID now. They have a shot for COVID. They
Oh
have a
yeah.
shot for the flu. They
Yeah.
can't cure the common cold, and they can't cure cancer. I think that's a crock of crap.
Yeah. I sent a whole circus of rats to school during my days of school to college. Was it send a rat to college or something? They still nothing. It's just boy, they got that for COVID pretty quickly, didn't they?
I feel sorry for people who don't have insurance that have the type of cancer I have or the type that my sister had. My sister's medication was $26,000 a month
Oh my
for
god.
her medicine. And that was just one of them. And
Yeah.
then, like, the chemo tablet that I'm on, it's $1,600 a month for 30 pills. $1,600 without insurance. Who can afford that crap?
Well, I don't know about people being against Obamacare. It's very, very expensive, though. It is very expensive. They put it out like it was going to be this great thing, and it was going to be very affordable. It's not. It is very expensive. And another thing about it is many doctors will not even. I mean, they won't even accept it.
Yeah, that's the only thing. The Obamacare, Lily, is it costs a lot. It doesn't cover much, and your deductibles are outrageous on certain things.
Yeah, if you can find a doctor to even take it.
Yeah, and a lot of doctors don't take it.
Yeah, it's like for I know if me and my husband were to get it, we looked it up, but this has been like last year. Insurance is even higher now, but it was almost right at 500 a month for me and him, and it didn't cover anything. I mean, really, it didn't.
My sister ended up getting on Medicaid by the end of it, and Medicaid covered everything better than what Obamacare covered for
Oh
her. I mean,
yeah,
it covered everything from A to Z.
yeah.
So,
Medicaid is yeah. I mean, it's pretty good insurance, but they ain't gonna give it to me. They just won't.
no, my sister had to quit her job in order to get it.
Yeah, you just
And she had to legally divorce her husband in order to get it
isn't
because,
that awful? I mean,
They
really,
both
that's
made
crazy.
too much money. I
Yeah.
was like, how can you make too much money? Our bartenders and waiters. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you make $2 over minimum wage, then you ain't getting it. Yeah, it's just the way it is. That's why nobody's working day. Have you been to the restaurants? I don't know where you're at, but around here, it's like can't get anybody to work. Right? You got 3 people, 4 people trying to work all these fast food joints. I feel really sorry for them, but nobody wants to work
Well, they've all
because
made the comment they're making more money on unemployment than they were working, so
yeah,
why go back
they
to
would.
work?
They would because where they got minimum wage right now, I think it's like a quarter an hour or something like that, more than you're allowed to make,
Mm-hmm.
depending on your household size. Um, to where you don't, you can't get any kind of those benefits or whatever it is. So they do better by just not working. So when you got that kind of thing going on, well, of course, people's not going to be working that. I don't know. I mean, we are. I mean, Randy's we're not. Randy's a truck driver. It's just a whole different kind of world. There ain't no by the hour with that.
Yeah, my husband manages pawn shops, so he works on salary, but I mean, he has a good job.
Yeah,
And it's covered us from where, I mean, I work for my brother-in-law, but I work from home because I can't be around a lot of people.
right.
But
Yeah, this is what I do. This is what I do. It's not. I mean, it's not. YouTube. YouTube don't pay the bills, but it does pay. For the StreamYard and just to keep it going. It gives me something to do too. And I love true crime, and I love to be able to talk about it. Don't like to be attacked for it, but there again, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist either. Like my son, he is all big into the conspiracy theories. He's all over that kind of stuff, but I'm not. And when he comes to me with it, I mean, I'm just, okay, son.
and you
Okay.
know, I was looking last week where we got one of those questions about what was our topic last week? Crap, chemo brain, I forget. The woman that was making the snide comments in our
Uh-huh.
thing, I was looking back at the emails. She's the one that asked the damn questions. I'm like, you're gonna
Really?
give us shit in the
What?
damn
Was it
comments,
real?
and you're the one that asked the question.
So she asked us a question.
I think
Was
she
it
was
real?
just starting something just to be starting something.
That's
I was
crazy.
like, you've got to be kidding me.
She asked us the question. We answered it, and then she told us we was wrong.
I guess
What?
she didn't like our answer. I don't know.
Don't ask me if you don't want the truth. I mean, that's just the way it is. Don't even ask me.
I mean, we read it straight from the discovery. I don't
Yeah.
know what else she wanted us to do. Pull it out of our butts? I
Yeah.
don't know.
If the truth stings, it does. It does. It don't taste as good as sugar, but
Mm-mm.
it's what it is. Nutgate. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about some Nutgate. We
Oh
gonna be talking
boy,
about some Nutgate. That's gonna be yeah.
that's going to be a heck of a topic.
I can tell you this much. I know personally, I can't speak for Nellie and Dave. I know how they feel, but I can't speak for them. But I personally have a very unpopular opinion about Nutgate.
I do too. We both
Um,
talked about it, and I agree,
very unpopular opinion.
especially after hearing what we heard. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, plus just knowing the timeline, like really digging into the timeline. It's it's unpopular, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be if you look at it the way it actually went down, I guess you could say. But then again, it's all in what you want to believe, really. If because it's both in the discovery, like both things are in the discovery. So it's pretty much one of those kind of situations to where you kind of have to look at the timeline really close and try to wrap your head around what's going on, look at characteristics and come to your own conclusion. You know, my conclusion is not the popular one, I tell you that. Yeah, we're going to talk about it, Lily. We would go ahead and talk about it tonight, but this is going to be one of those things to where I really want to put the timeline together, be able to show everything.
Yeah,
Because
And
everything.
show all the
yeah,
visuals because we've been working on visuals to go
yeah,
over it too.
Because
yeah,
every time
because
we miss one little thing, we catch hell for it. So
one thing, can you believe that?
Yeah.
Like we had everything on cue, and then just so happened that got brought. I don't even we didn't even plan to talk about whatever this was. It just happened to be brought up, and we answered a question.
it was
Bam,
about Cece, their birth
bam.
announcement, because on there,
Oh
Shanann
yeah,
said
that's
that it
right.
was unfortunately, it's a girl.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that is exactly what it says, you know. And
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't write it. We didn't say it. We just said what it said. And boy, we was liars. No, ain't no liar. Fact check me. Golly, man, don't call me a liar. I ain't gonna tell you it's there or this or that if it's not. But golly, I wish that hadn't even been asked because we answered that. Damn, boy, it was you a liar. You are a liar. Oh, honey, I ain't.
John, you are funny.
There wasn't no nutty ice cream there. I'll just say that. There was no nutty ice cream there. A lot of people has the thought that it was pistachio ice cream. It was
Yeah.
not. Was not. It was vanilla ice cream. But because it was made in a plant where there could have been tree nuts, then I guess that was what the issue was. It's because it could have been around it, you know, and I can see that. But I don't know, y'all. Some of that bothers me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, hell, if you go to McDonald's, you know, they got ice cream. There was no bowls of pistachios.
No, they had walnuts at McDonald's. So that was
Yeah,
one of the reasons why the girls couldn't have any of the cake either at the birthday party, because that was a birthday cake from, well, it was an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
yeah.
And they have walnuts and what the heck else was it they have? There's another kind of nut that they use in their soft ice cream. I can't remember which one it was, but that's cross contamination again. So
I don't see how you could eat out anywhere, just to be honest, without that possibly happening. I just don't because I mean, who's to say that there's the possibility that I don't know, you order a pizza, just off the top of my head, you order a pizza. Well, who's to say that the people making the pizza and putting it together don't have a bag of, say, pistachios in their pocket and they're just eating it in between working? I mean, I've worked fast food. People do these kind of things. They'll have,
Mhm.
I mean, you know, so it's to me that it would be a huge risk to eat out anywhere. Or I don't know. I mean, yeah. I don't even want to get into the Nutgate right now because it's gonna be when we do
A
get in,
doozy.
yeah, we're gonna get into it for sure. I mean, I can see Shanann getting very worried, freaking out. I can see all that. You know, the baby has this anaphylactic um, allergy, you know, and I can see freaking out over that. But the thing of it is that I also I've seen other things to where it should have been freaked out over too, in my
Well,
opinion.
you have you have the allergies, yes, but she's also carrying around expired EpiPens. So how does that work?
Yeah.
So
The bridal shower, that was something too, man. The bridal shower. All the food was contaminated because everything had gluten in it, but at the same time, you see them with pictures and going out to eat at Panera Bread and Bojangles and all
yeah,
this. Well, that's gluten. So, I mean, what gives?
that and they're eating jam. I don't know if you've seen some of the ones that I've been posting lately. Your package of jams and jellies and that you get too.
Yeah.
Well, there's gluten in that, so you know what do
Yeah,
you
at
do
the
with that?
time, I'll tell you in 2018, um, I hate to say it this way, but gluten was a trend kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my sister-in-law started just getting under my damn last skin with, "Is that got gluten in it? Is that gluten? Is that gluten?" And then, I mean, there was this thing with gluten, like, nobody was wanting gluten. I don't know. I don't think Shanann was allergic to gluten because I've seen her eating the pizzas, Panera Bread, Bojangles,
Yeah.
um, all these things that has gluten, so I'm believing that possibly she was, she may have been in because she was in with all the different health food eating trends and all that kind of thing. And you can look in 2018, gluten was a thing. I mean, don't you remember gluten free, gluten free, gluten? I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's talking about gluten. I'm like, I don't give a damn about gluten, but these people that were all in the health food and they were always dieting and all these special diets, they were all about the gluten. My sister-in-law was one of them. And let me tell you what, that woman eat 4 or 5 buttermilk biscuits right now like you don't like ain't even no tomorrow.
Wow.
Well, if
It was
she was allergic to it, she would have died a long time ago, because I guarantee you her mom fed her stuff with gluten in it, being that they're
pretty sure no.
Italian.
I don't think no. I don't think nobody was allergic to gluten. Do you
Nope.
really?
No.
I mean, I think it was a trend. I think everybody wanted to be gluten free.
I'm wondering about lupus too, because that week that she announced she had lupus, that's when
Yeah,
Lady Gaga come out and said that she had lupus.
yeah. Lady Gaga's her favorite. I mean, it's yeah, right about the
Yeah.
same time.
That and if you hear about all these different doctors that Shanann was taking the girls to and all the operations and everything, if you listen to Frank, like with his interview with the police, he said that Sandy did the same bloody thing, that she went from doctor to doctor to doctor with
Yeah,
Shanann, that she was always sick.
yeah. He said Shanann stayed sick a lot as a child, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, and she was on very high pain pills as a child
Yeah.
because they were always trying to find out what was wrong with her.
You take a look at the girls though, when they're here, they are in Colorado all the time on camera for these Thrive commercials, and then once they go back to, or when they go to North Carolina, it's like two different girls because their hair's longer and they actually put weight on. They look really good. They weren't thin in the face, and it's like just shows you what the heck. Instead of eating, chocolate chips out of a bowl or whatever and asking for
Mhm.
more, they're actually eating healthy foods when they were in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Some of that good country cooking, some of that good food. I don't know. I don't know a lot about lupus. My husband's cousin has lupus, and she has every so often she has flare ups, and they're not good.
Nope.
She swells up. She turns red. She can't be out in the sun.
Well, that's good one there, right there. If you look at all these trips that they were on, she's always out suntanning out
Yeah, I
the
was
pool.
wondering about that. Is lupus? Is there different?
No, they're all the
Is
same. They're going to break out
so?
because
Is
of the
it? Because
sun.
I didn't know if it was different degrees or like different stages or I didn't know, but I know that his cousin that has it, man, she gets in bad shape. She goes in the hospital. She has to be put in the hospital. And she's not very old either. She's had it
Mm-hmm.
since she was, I don't know, in her 30s probably. And it just came up for no reason. Well, I've learned a lot. She said her mom died from lupus, so she would definitely know a lot about. I don't know a lot about it. Is it? I mean, was your mom like his cousin? Like she can't be out in the sun. Like she literally can't. And she has what's called flare-ups, and she has all kinds of. She has a very weak immune system. She got COVID, all kinds of problems with it. There are two types of lupus. Oh, I don't know. I don't know which one she has. I just know that she can't be in the sun. Her organs, she swells up. She has the flare ups. So I don't know, but it's terrible.
Didn't Shanann have 3 different kinds of lupus?
Is oh my goodness. I don't know. I just heard lupus doctors and
Yeah.
lupus and but there I mean a lupus doctor is a what is it? Rheumato I can't say it. It's like another word. I can't say. Rheumatologist. Yes, rheumatologist. I can see people wanting to move to Utah. It's beautiful. We are in a mess of it. Oh, isn't that the truth, girl?
Yeah, if
Let's
you go
pump.
back to Shanann's autopsy too, they didn't say anything all like about her organs other than they were dry. There was no blood, and she had one well-formed gallstone. There was
Yeah,
no mention of any other organ damage that most people would occur having lupus.
yes, that's what I was. Yeah, the organs. That's what I was saying with his cousin. Her organs are just getting weaker and weaker, and it's like it's it's just terrible. It's her organs that are getting damaged so bad. But then, yeah, on her autopsy, it showed no signs of any diseases, which is very, I don't know, very odd. I question it. Of course, I do. Obviously, I do. I mean, I don't see how Thrive could make it disappear.
No.
I mean, they would be selling that to the pharmacy if it did. They'd be really getting big pharma rich on that stuff.
Yeah, the only difference they had health-wise is from North Carolina to Colorado is the humidity. It wasn't as humid, so
Yeah.
that was pretty well the only thing that was a saving grace. So, because like with allergies and stuff, they're going to flare up more in the humidity as it is for the dry weather.
Oh, she said her sister-in-law is allergic to it. And she gets really really sick, even one little bite. Well, see, we know that wasn't the situation because we actually pizzerias, Bojangles, Panera Bread. Panera Bread will tell you that nothing they have is gluten free except their suits.
Really? Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it literally says that. You can ask for gluten free bread. They're like, no, we don't have gluten free bread, but we do have gluten free soups and salads, but not bread.
Hmm.
My friend could be in the sun. Affects every part of your body. My friends work with lupus, but flare ups really affect work schedules. I can imagine. I can imagine.
So, is there any part of the discovery that you guys would like us to look into? Is something that's been, I don't know, bugging you that you haven't heard, like what you want to hear, or something that we could find out for you, or
Yeah, that's a good question. We got several things lined up for What's Wednesdays, but yeah, if there's anything that y'all want questions on and you're very well prepared to know the truth and the facts, ask us. Bring it out to us. Put it in the comments. Send us an email. We'll put it in our list of stuff.
yeah. But when you're doing the comments, you'll have to do it on a video that's not Watts related right now, because it's so bad that they had to shut the comments off because
Yeah.
people are just getting way out of hand. So
Glad you
Oh,
brought that
yeah.
up. Glad you brought that up. Yeah, a lot of people's been saying the comments are turned off. Yeah, we've got to. We don't have a choice.
They're getting bad, and plus the
Really bad.
Watts are watching. Cindy and Ronnie do watch these lives.
Yeah. I just think it's unfair. I mean, I think it's unfair for them to have to read things talking about them like they're dirt. And I'm not going to go with it. So I turn them off.
John wants to know everything about Chris Watts's Anadarko work truck.
Well, they had seat sensors in there. So what was it? Anything under 20 pounds or anything over 20 pounds? Actually, my car set up for 15. But because of the seat sensors in there, if anybody was sitting, like he said that they put the girls in the back seat of the truck, well, they would have showed up on the seat sensor. And there was absolutely nobody in that truck. They said that Shanann was laying on the back of the floor there. Well, you have somebody that's pregnant and there's only a 6-inch space between the front seat and the front of the back seat. So there's no way that she could have been laying there, period. In the back of the truck with everything, all the equipment in the back there was no room to put anybody back there. I have pictures. I've actually posted them all the way around the whole truck. So there was no room for putting any bodies in there whatsoever. And the dogs, they didn't go to the truck. So the only thing is that
The dogs
evidence
did hit on
markers.
the truck.
Pardon?
Yeah, the dogs did hit on the truck.
Yeah, but they need 2 hits at the same spot in order for them to.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, they didn't open the doors
No.
or So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they didn't hit on the inside of the truck, but they did do a soft hit on the
Yes.
outside of the truck. Yeah.
Yeah. See, they need 2 hits in order for them, like in the same
Yeah.
spot with 2 different
They need to
dogs in order.
confirm.
Yes. And even that, they can't use that in court. It's just something to help them go through the process faster. Same thing as a polygraph. They
Yeah.
can't, that's admissible in court too, but it's something else to cut down the time while they're investigating one person. They can move on to another.
Yeah, that's a pretty good topic right there because that's one of those topics that me and Dave's like I don't know. It's just was it ever confirmed that there was sensors in the back seat too?
Yep,
I
they
know
said there was in the back seat. I
I know
had to
there
look
was
and
in the
look and
front.
look, and they said there was. So, because
Okay.
most of the ones, all they are is they're fold up seats. They just fold up to the back. But on that particular model, because it's a work truck, they have the seat sensors in it. So, and they're all leased. All the Anadarko trucks are all leased. The only thing different on them is the number in the back window and on the side of the cab.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're all natural gas. So, you know, they're all identical trucks. So even though, like, there was even talk about was that Chris in the truck that morning, or could have been somebody else, or could that have been even Chris's truck out front? Well, because of the geotab in there, they did confirm it was his truck, but nobody can confirm that it was him driving it. So,
Mm. Yeah.
and Kathy is talking about no hair in the truck. There was a CNN report that they redacted and they made him take it off air, where they said that what was it? A police source said that they had found hundreds and hundreds of hair in the truck.
See, I thought that come from Sandy.
Yeah,
Sandy
because I
Hook.
actually have it. I
Yeah.
still have that, and it's
Yeah, I
from CNN.
remember.
But if you go and look into the discovery, it's nowhere to be found.
No. No. Let's see. Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Let's look up here, chat. I say for facts, Thrive does not cure lupus. There's no way it can. I mean, let's
No,
be honest. and they'll tell you to never make claims it cures anything. I know facts about lupus, Lavelle, and neck surgery, as well as some other things for me. Huh? Yeah, I mean, there's no way it can. It's like a caffeine patch with vitamins, right? You take
Yeah.
vitamins like a caffeine patch. I mean, there's no way that's any cure. I mean, there's no cure for an autoimmune disease. Period. Is there? I mean, not that I'm aware of.
Well, the biggest one is that you can't go in the sun. So you blister up. Some people blister up just like Nellie's feet does from taking
Yeah.
her chemo. They go into like water blisters, and other people's it's like a really dark red rash that goes across like usually their cheeks on their face.
Yeah, it's like a butterfly rash that they get on their face and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like she's almost like, I don't know, like sunburned
Mm-hmm.
and patches. It's like in patches. His cousin, she just cannot do it.
Like my chemo burns the bottom of my feet and my hands. Like it's blistery. I don't know. It's so ugh. It hurts sometimes, but it's getting better.
Yeah. The white van, are you talking about the one the neighbors was talking about seeing? I know there was neighbors that seen a white van. There was the gray truck. The gray truck gets to me pretty big time because the gray truck is mentioned by a couple of neighbors, actually.
Yeah, there was pictures too that gray truck was parked in front of Nicole's mom's house, and it had the topper on it. But pictures later on, closer to the date, showed that same truck without the topper on. So I don't know. And according to Betty, that didn't have a topper on the back because that was one of
Yeah.
the things the police specifically asked if there was a camper on the back or anything.
Yeah, I was listening a while back to a YouTube stream, and I'm not going to mention, of course, the creator's name, but they were playing Betty's interview, and they were like, as you see, she says, that is it. That's this truck, and it's got the topper on it and everything. And when they asked Betty, was there a topper on it, then this creator started kind of talking over what she was saying, but she literally said there wasn't.
Right.
But at the same time, if you do look at the gray truck in the photo, you can tell that that white topper isn't always on it because look at the difference. Like the gray truck is like a dirty, I'm not going to say dirty, but it's dustier. And you can tell that the white topper hadn't been on it the same amount of time since the truck was washed.
Right.
I mean, you can literally see that the topper's been stored maybe in a garage or something, and it's just pretty obvious. You know what I mean?
Has
Yeah, it was one
anybody?
of those campers. It was removable.
Yeah. Has anybody thought more into the NK's interview where she was all uptight because everybody was going to know her name and everything? That was even before they even announced that she was the girlfriend or anything. And she had
Well, she
asked
even
about,
said they are already saying my name. Like,
yeah,
no, they're
getting
not.
her name changed and everything. And then he asked if he had or she had a safe place to go to. And the biggest thing stuck in my head is that she come out and said that they have a safe house in Denver. It's an
Yeah, we've got a
apartment that
safe
nobody
house.
stays at.
Who
Like,
call? Who
who would
does
do
that?
that? And what's the reason behind that?
I mean, we've got a safe house. Why
Yes.
would anyone have a safe house? You're
That
not
you
saying
have
a vacation house. You're not saying like a cabin.
no, it's a safe house. That's just like her
Literally.
saying, I'm hosting friends over the weekend. Who says that?
Who does say that, right? Like she didn't say she was hosting Chris for 5 weeks.
No.
You know, but I'm hosting friends. Are you serious? I personally think the gray truck was in Kay's. I mean, that's, of course, my complete and total opinion there. But I do believe it was hers. And I believe Betty knew what the hell she was seeing.
See, the tire tracks in the backyard, though, up against the fence, they're consistent with NK's 4Runner because they have the big mud tires on them.
Yeah. That's definitely mud tires. Those tracks are 100%. I personally think the gray truck was Nicole's. And we've pretty much confirmed, just saying, that it was Nicole going in and out the basement window. I mean, that has been confirmed.
Well, that was one of the reasons why they had to put a sensor downstairs on the door too, is because he said, well, in Dodge, he said they always left that window like unlocked, and it is by law, it's an emergency exit. You have to have it if you have a bed in the basement, which they did have. So, oh yeah, and was it you that said that it was Cindy that put up the Minnie Mouse blanket over the window?
Yes. She said that it was very scary and weird, spooky down there. She said that she did stay in the basement when she went there to help with Cece when she was born. And of course, Ronnie at that point wasn't there the whole time because he had to work. And so she went there. Shanann asked her would she come there when Cece was born to help with Bella, and she did. She was there. It was either a month or really close to it, and she was sleeping in the basement. And she said it was just so big and it was just so scary, and she all those windows. And she said that she took Dater down there with her, and Dater slept with her down there. It freaked her out being down there.
And John, if you're talking about these mud tires, dreaming to wake up, if you look at all the vehicles that are on that street, like when the police go down there, not one of them had mud tires on it. The trucks that are working in the back of the condos, none of them had mud tires on them. These were oversized mud tires, the same as what was on the 4Runner. Mm-hmm. And them tires do not come standard with that 4Runner either. So,
yeah. Michelle, honey, I do hope things get better for you, and we will, keep you in our prayers. I can imagine. Imagine it is hell. Yeah, what about the lighter in Chris's truck? Like, there's definitely someone around him that smokes. I asked Cindy, did Nicole smoke? Because we hear everywhere, yeah, she was a smoker, but it just really doesn't add up to her. She was all into this fitness. She was yoga. That's just not really the type of person that's smoking. But I mean, it could happen. I get that. And I asked her, I said, did she smoke? And then Cindy said, I have no idea. I don't even know her. And I asked her, would she ask Chris, and she's going to ask him. She said that she will, because she would like to know too.
I honestly don't think she did, because like you said, she was more outdoorsy.
Yeah.
She like all these pictures that I did find of her, she's got like hiking boots on and they're out camping and, doing walks and hikes. So I can't see her smoking because just she's too active, especially if she's doing yoga and stuff.
I know, and it's weird because Cindy's the one that brought the cigarettes up to begin with. So it's obviously something she wants to know who in the hell those smokes belong to. Mm-hmm. And when she brought it up, I said, I don't know. I've always heard they were Nicole's. Did she smoke? And she said, I don't have no idea. I don't even know her. But she said, I wouldn't think so from what we've heard. She's so fitness, like we say. Well, if they weren't hers, I can tell you one person that I can guess. I know this is a guess, but they look to me like they would be a smoker, and that's Jim.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, and I'm just saying, you can't really say look at somebody and tell they're a smoker, but I'm just saying he's been in the military, and a lot of he would fit the description of somebody, in my opinion, that would walk around with a pack of smokes before Nicole, but could be dead ass wrong here.
Yeah.
But she's gonna ask him. We're gonna find that out here really soon if Nicole actually did smoke.
And John, they actually know where NK's phone was within 3 feet of where she was. So
Right.
it's not 6, it's actually 3. The only problem is they're not releasing all the data from either phone. They still have Chris's phone. They won't release it back to them. And that
Yeah.
should have been given back to them already. But what's on there that they do not want anybody to know, especially with on the 13th and the 14th, they never released any data whatsoever from NK's phone. So, and like with Chris, they only give a little bit of it. And then again with Nicole Atkinson, they just said, well, take screenshots of the stuff that we need from you. And then you have Frank saying that Sandy's deleting messages off her phone. So they never even looked at hers either.
No, they didn't. They didn't look at anybody's. They would have had to if there would have been a trial, but
That's right.
they just went with the bare minimums. Is that was really it. See, Angel says she smokes and she walks every day. And,
Yeah.
and then that is true too. She was out of breath snowboarding. That is very true. Yeah, I mean it's not the same for everybody. Think about it. Back in the day, the football players used to sit on the sideline smoking them a cigarette during break.
That's right.
So it's not just saying that if you smoke a cigarette, your health is hideous and you're sitting there coughing your lungs. It's not the same for everyone. So she very well could have smoked.
Well, you see the pictures, like the earlier pictures where she's around campfires and stuff and she's drinking beer and that.
Yeah,
And you can't tell if she's smoking or not, but she
that's
very
true.
or could have been smoking then.
Could have
But
been.
it just when she took up yoga and that, I really do think she went healthy because she was tracking everything that she ate. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I tell you, if they're not hers, I feel like they are Jim's.
Yep.
I think Nicole was there that morning. That's me. Everything that I've researched, looked into, and I'm not talking about just the pain, but let me tell you, that's a hell of a good indicator in my opinion. But at the same time, it could have been that tower, this tower, that tower, this tower, whatever. There's way more that puts her being there that morning, in my opinion. Not clocking in is a damn good one. Man, there was one creator that come out and said, "Oh no, everything was searched and it was seen and she did clock in and she was on cameras clocking in." Show me or it didn't happen. Show me or it didn't happen. I believe if that was true, they would have definitely put it in that damn discovery because they sure have worked hard to clear her. A lot of people who are doing drugs and drinking will smoke. Well, it was like that years ago. Yeah, it's just smoking is just one of those things, that most of us picked up as a teenager. That's just the truth. Because back in the day, hell, we could buy. I used to go in the store and buy Daddy a pack of cigarettes when I was 10 years old. Yeah. And then now we have the vapes. I can see her smoking. She was arrested at 19 and there was drugs. Yeah, I guarantee you if she wasn't at that point, I guarantee you she did at some point. It really does get that way. And I've been in the hospital with it a good bit of times. I've traveled and went to meetings with work at first, but got too much and wasn't able. Yeah. What about the SIM card? How did she break that? She didn't break that. I don't know how she broke it. It's almost impossible to break a damn SIM card.
Especially out of an iPhone.
Oh my goodness. I mean, they're like concrete. They're like little slabs of concrete. I don't know how why does she even do that?
And the SIM card is for your connection to your phone. It would be her SD card that she would break that saves her text messages and her pictures.
Yeah, I can't even. She did though. She broke it. She reset her phone.
See, one thing about that too is the phone bill. If you look at the old phone bill to when she got her new phone, on the new phone it actually tells you that she had an Android phone.
Mm-hmm.
But on the old phone bill that she had, it was blank, as if somebody had taken it off. Because what I was wondering is, okay, she broke her card, but was that for the phone that she gave to the police? Or did she have two phones going and just taken the card out and put it into the other one?
Yeah. No, they didn't investigate her at all, in my
Nope.
opinion. I mean, everything we hear, everything we see, I believe is just for own.
You know
Right.
dang well as good as I do that they got everything off that phone that they wanted. There is there was not enough time for her phone to overwrite itself. Just because you delete it doesn't mean it goes away. Anyone that knows basic computer and phone technology knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So they could have gotten it. Shit, I could install a stupid computer app that I got off the phone and caught my friend's husband cheating on her just by plugging in his damn iPhone.
Yeah.
So if I could get all that crap, then they definitely could have gotten it. And he deleted his stuff.
Right.
And I was able to pull it up. Now, granted, it gave me some funky times and some weird numbers attached to it, but we figured out
Yeah.
fast who it was. So
HTML codes. Yeah. You can figure it out though. You can read through them.
exactly.
Do you think NK knew Shanann from North Carolina? I do not. Many people do. Many people think she is from North Carolina and she was actually sent here. And that's a hell of a good theory. I personally do not think she did know her from North Carolina. I don't know, Dave, Nellie, is that one of the things that y'all think's a possibility?
I don't think so.
See, there was rumors that her mom was from North Carolina, but I couldn't find nothing. Everything's been scrubbed.
Yeah, what I
So,
thought, the only thing I really thought was kind of weird there is NK's ex-boyfriend, whose last name was King. Shanann's last name's King. That's really the only kind of connection. And then that's not even saying it's a connection, that's just,
mm-hmm.
that's a common last name.
Yeah.
So that, I never thought, I never did think that. Let's see, Kathy, from when Shanann worked at the hospital. Oh, she's talking to someone else. Okay. Does anyone know how Shanann got the Anadarko job for Chris? Who did she know there? Don't think she knew anyone. I think it's because of the area, and I think there was always probably a pretty high demand needing contractors, field operators that had any sort of like a mechanical knowledge, like Chris did. He had the mechanical knowledge, even though it was for cars. He knew how to operate tools, and he was, you know, so he probably went in as like a new hire, and he was just working himself up. He was going to be a foreman, actually. He was fixing to be moved up to foreman the next week. He wasn't even looking forward to it because when he got that position, he was going to actually have to kind of be a boss and supervisor, whatever. And he knew he wasn't going to be comfortable. He said he was just comfortable doing his own thing. He's not comfortable telling people what to do. He
No.
said he would just do it. He didn't
He
like
did work
telling.
for another oil company before he went to Anadarko, too. Just
Yeah, it
briefly.
was. It was. It was real briefly. What was it? I remember he did. Um, I don't. I've never heard that she actually knew anyone. I think what it was is there's a lot of money in the oil company, and I think Shanann seen that opportunity and she knew that Chris was a fast learner, really smart, polite, mannerable kind of guy, and that, he could very well have a really good future in it. The cops know Chris's exact location within 6 feet from the time he left till he got back, from 2 phones and the GPS on his truck. Yeah. Yeah, we got all the geotabs. Yep. That is true. Whatever, I was referring to the facts. It wasn't sofa chair detecting. Okay. Not sure what that means, but I think I missed something, y'all.
How far up are you?
Huh?
You must be way up there.
Yeah, mine's lagging around over here.
Are you on Pop Chat or live chat?
It's on live. I'm just kind of doing the old lagging thing.
Oh, cool.
Funny, when asked what her job was at Anadarko, she had to think about it. That is weird. She was a landscaper there too. That's to me, that's kind of a big deal with her being a landscaper and over those gas monitors. Looks to me like she would have gotten some kind of an alert, right, about that
Yes.
oil leak.
Yeah. Well, if anything, it would have been reported to her right away.
Yeah, as well as when that hatch opened.
Yeah.
I mean, she should have gotten an alert the moment that happened. She was over the monitors, and she was. I found it very interesting that she was also a landscaper. So she would definitely know what the soil, all of that was like all around there.
Mm-hmm.
I found that pretty damn interesting too. And a lot of people don't ever talk about her being a landscaper for Anadarko, but she was. And yeah, I kind of find that interesting because she would know the soil. She would know all of that about that, and how long it would take, how hard it would be to dig. She would know all of that.
That's kind of funny too that they have over 200 cameras. What is it, 100 just in that around the parking lot and inside the building at Anadarko?
Yeah.
And then the rest of them are on the oil wells, but they said they're none of them are maintained, so there's no camera footage. And then you go same thing with the lazy dog. They have cameras, but nothing's being recorded because they're not being maintained. Then they never ever did release any of these other cameras that were on the street corners. So what's with all
very
that?
convenient.
And then with the McDonald's camera, they gave the inside, not the outside footage, what they needed. So
Yeah. Now her mom, actually, we got her mom's address. I don't know about her stepmom now. Her mom's name's Barbara, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Her address was actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was Nicole's yoga business.
Yes. Yeah. Satya
Satya,
Consulting.
yeah. LLC, don't forget that part.
Yeah. And if you look that up, they're right across the US. And each and every one of them, there was none at a real business. It's all out of people's houses.
Yeah. Well, LLC, a lot of people, you can just, you can make an LLC business. Some people do it just for tax reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I used to run a pageant system, like beauty pageants, and I rented dresses and did hair and makeup for pageants and things like that. And I had a business, and it was an LLC, and my business license was like, I don't know, $10 a year. I mean, I'm just saying, anybody can do that, and they do it a lot of times for tax reasons.
Hey, here's another question. And I do remember seeing what this picture, what she's talking about. It was for, what was it for? It's some kind of like,
There was a picture of NK doing something at the hospital. Yeah, that was the
gosh, I can't
hospital.
think. Yeah.
I don't know. I looked into that. I remember when that came out. I remember sending it to Dave, going, Dave, look at this damn picture. Tell me this is not Nicole. And me and him went on a damn hunt about this. What was it? Some kind of a Olympic thing, a hometown Olympics
Yeah,
or
it was to
Yeah.
raise money for
yeah.
breast cancer or something like that.
The thing is, here's the thing. After I looked into this, and this is my opinion only, so I don't know, but I know around here when we have something like that, like I don't know, say for example, the school's going to do something that my kids go to. They have all these different businesses that will sponsor car lots, uh, hospitals, all these things that sponsors, and the sponsor means that they're buying their t-shirts or, furnishing the Gatorade, or just the equipment, they're just sponsoring it. So I don't know how it goes there, but here I didn't really look too much into NK being involved with the hospital because I looked at it like
I
maybe
don't
the
think she was with the hospital. I
He
think it
wasn't.
was just she
yeah,
was a participant
yeah.
in
I mean
one
that's
of the things. It doesn't necessarily mean it was with that hospital
yeah. I mean
because
the
they do
hospital
use pictures for other events, Like
yeah.
me and my sister were in a fun run for cancer. It was the glow foam, and we're in a picture for one that took place in New York, and we sure as hell didn't go to New York.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe, I mean, with this case, we can look into everything too deeply, and I think that could be one of them. I don't think Nicole had nothing to do with the hospital
No.
that Shanann worked at, but I do believe the hospital she worked at is probably a pretty prominent hospital there. I mean, what was it? Was it Children's? I mean, it was a well-known hospital. I can't remember right off anyway. But yeah, I can see them, I don't know, cutting $1,000 check to the event so they can help sponsor, I don't know, paper plates, napkins, shirts. I really just I don't put no connection with that.
You're
Or
talking about 24-hour fitness.
yeah, I don't put any connection with
No.
that event and how they knew each other. However, I do think there is a possibility that they did know each other, and I've always thought that. And I think it could have been through Thrive because it was said that Nicole was, and I've never confirmed this, okay, but I've read it all over the place that Nicole also sold something similar to Thrive. It was like a competition of Thrive, and that's a possibility. Or maybe she met her at one of her Thrive events. Shanann was everywhere and she showed off her Thrive. She talked about her Thrive. I mean, social media, she was all over the place. So I believe that's possible that Shanann knew Nicole. Shanann got a lot of trolls in her live streams. If you'll go back and look at them when she's live, she's having to block trolls.
Yeah, she's getting threats too, like crazy at the
Yeah,
end.
I
Near
mean,
the end.
yeah, she went through the same thing we go through out here with trolls when she was having her live stream. So I feel like that she knew Nicole and Nicole knew her, but Nicole never told Chris that she knew Shanann. I don't know why, but I do feel that way. I think she stalked them out for a good long while. I think I've always thought she just wanted to be Shanann and have what she wanted. And people will disagree with me there. One of them out there in the chat right now, John, he's one that disagreed with me. And that's okay. That's cool. Hey, I mean, he's seen her as a independent 30-year-old with no bills and a good job. And I see her right the opposite of that. I see her as a 30-year-old working for a temp agency and still renting an apartment with no boyfriend and happen to go to married men. So see, we see things completely opposite there.
Yeah,
Total
see that
opposite.
job at Anadarko is only for a 6-month term.
But I completely respect his opinion. That's how he sees it, and that's cool. That's fine. Right back at you. Right back at you.
She also had another house that was what 400 and I can't remember $15,000 house in her name in Denver. Then she had the apartment, and it's like, what the heck is she doing with that house, right? Because her
Yeah,
dad had another house too, and there was what 5 people listed on that house, and Nicole and Stephanie were they were listed on that house as occupants.
Yes. Wasn't
So
that
then why
weird?
have a safe house apartment? None of that makes any sense at all.
Was that not weird? Oh wow, look there. Learned something new. Look what we did. Nellie, Dave,
What?
look at there on that screen. We accomplished it. One person learned something new.
Well, hey,
What? Is that not awesome?
that is awesome. That's what we wanted. If one person learned something new, then we achieved our goal.
We sure did. This is for you, Utter. We did it, y'all. Dang it, don't play the music. Y'all know what that is, you know? It has a little
Yep.
supposed to have the catchy little music behind it. We always say if somebody can learn one thing from our live streams, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Knowledge is power. Everybody needs to learn one thing new every night. Nellie, have you learned anything new today? Because girl, I hope so. I'm tired. We can't be
Well, I
trying to
learned all kinds of new stuff.
all right. Good job. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, things that's going on other channels that aren't good. I don't like the drama. So here it's
What did you learn? What did you learn today?
Actually, a lot of stuff I can't talk about. Seriously, I can't. Not
Hey,
yet.
this is the drama-free channel, and that's why I love it here. Everybody's opinion is welcome. We don't argue with you. If you see things your way, we see things our way, and we meet in the middle and agree to disagree.
Yeah, as long as
that's what I
everybody's
love about it.
respectful.
Everybody still there?
Yeah. Everybody went quiet.
No, sorry about that. I was getting a text from a little bit.
Oh.
I remember a live where a troll was really after Shanann, scaring. Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, I think I remember the one you was talking about. I mean, this one was giving her hell, and it seemed like they kept coming in as under an alt. She had a lot of trolls too, so we get it. I hate that we had to turn comments off of our Watts videos. I really hate that because I like reading the comments, you know. A lot of times, you know, somebody can say something and we can build off of it. But I mean, it's just a shame we just can't. He was a patsy. I believe Shanann was targeted for some reason. Yes, a lot of people think that, you know, and I'm not, I mean, I don't think it's not possible.
Hey, is the ultrasound video back? Lily said she fell asleep and went back to watch it the next day and it was gone.
Oh yeah.
It's back up, right?
It is.
I think YouTube just blocks it to make sure there's nothing because of that one person. Oh.
Oh yeah, it's there, honey. Now when we get done with our live streams, a lot of times, they do. They'll take them. They'll put them unlisted. we didn't really have that problem last week at all because it was on the members chat. So it wasn't even like that, was it? It immediately went public, didn't it?
No one timed you out, John.
No, uh, it it could have been a mistake, hon.
I don't see where anyone timed him out.
Mm-mm. No, I didn't. I hadn't seen it. I mean, it could have.
I've been seeing his comments, but
Yeah,
I haven't
haven't
seen a
seen that.
timeout.
No, I hadn't seen nothing out of line.
No, he
Uh-uh.
hasn't said anything wrong, so no,
No.
there's no. I don't see any timeouts.
Uh-uh. No, Allison. Lord, no, girl. We appreciate your questions, and what we also appreciate is when we give our answer, we don't get attacked and called liars. Ain't that right, Dave? Yeah, when we give an
Sometimes, yes.
answer, I mean, we, yeah. I mean, sometimes when we get a question, if we don't know, we'll say we think or in our opinion, but if it's about the discovery, we can pretty much answer that pretty.
Yeah, because everything that we are going by is by the discovery.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, we were told, about actually it was by the Rusek family that they said they don't mind anyone talking about the case. But the only thing they ask is to only go by the discovery and the interviews of the case and, you know, just go by that. And so, out of respect, not only to them, but as well as I'm not big on conspiracy, but, that's what we do. We go completely by the discovery. And many times it's not it's not really what people it's parts of the discovery that people kind of tiptoe around, just to be honest. They tiptoe around it. They just don't want to talk about it. There's some kind of a taboo thing if you talk about certain parts of the discovery. And I don't think that's good. I think everything needs to be talked about and learned about in any case you're looking at. Not just this one, any case. But it is true with this case, there is a lot of tiptoeing that has to be done, sadly, and it just shouldn't be that way.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back through. He said he was timed out at 2:05. Let me look.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm,
I have no idea. I haven't seen anything. Sometimes it does happen on accident, and just to be honest, a lot of times, YouTube bots are hell. They are hell sometimes. People will comment under my videos, and they're like, "Why do you keep deleting my comment?" I'm like, "I ain't deleted no comment. I haven't even had time to look at the comments." And they're coming at me thinking I'm deleting them. I'm not. I mean, the YouTube bots will tear them up and spit them out if they have certain code words. Like there is code words. We have to be careful. Have y'all ever noticed that in the titles of a lot of our videos or lives or something, we have to kind of fluff it or make it a little different, but still try to let you know exactly what the video's about without being clickbait? There's certain words you got to be careful. I mean, YouTube will eat it up and spit it out. We do. I mean, that's why there's a jury. There's more than one person. There's more than two people, and each one of these jurors are interviewed, and they like for them to all have different mindsets, different frame of minds. Of course, no conflicts of interest and things of that nature. But you do have to have people. I mean, if everybody sees yellow, then I mean, nobody's ever going to be able to see blue. I mean, you got to be able to see things differently, perspectives, point of views, in order to form, in my opinion, an adequate opinion. Let's see. I think we timed out for 15 minutes. because I've been seeing your comments. Yeah, I didn't see it. And Nellie's searching. I believe it could have been, it had to have been a YouTube bot.
Nobody was timed out for 15 minutes. It's 300 seconds is the longest.
No, I
Yeah,
think it's
I just
15
rewound
minutes
back.
ago is what I think he said.
I just rewound back and it doesn't show anyone timed him out or anything. Now, one of his comments is gray, but not because of anybody in here, because none of the mods have timed anybody out today. They haven't even deleted any comments.
Yeah, it had to. I'm sorry about that, Joanna. It had to have been a bot. Because if you're timed out or something like that, all of the mods can see exactly who did it. I mean, we can still see it.
Yeah, we can still see who did what.
I mean, we can even read what was taken out or deleted. But if the bots did it, then we can't see it because they eat it. It's gone. I don't know what they do with it. Okay, Allison's. I had to take it off the thing because y'all can see why. But she said my cousin was killed by 6 guys. Oh my goodness. Her dad was questioned about it every day for weeks. I understand how all of the questions upset the families. Yes. However, they don't have to watch. I agree. I completely agree. And I'm funny like that. Like if there's something that I know is going to bother me, I won't look at it. I don't want to hear it. I don't listen to sad songs and I don't watch sad movies because they just put me in a certain kind of way and I won't do it. So that's what I don't get. If something's gonna hurt you and you know it's gonna hurt you mentally and even physically, just don't do it. Like just don't. But that's my answer. I guess everybody's different. That's how I deal with something that I can't handle or deal with is I just don't. Like at Christmas, y'all know how Christmas movies are. They're always they're always a love story, like a Harlequin romance, or they're always sad, right? Most of them. My favorite Christmas show is Lampoon's Vacation. Obviously, it's not sad, but I don't watch them because they're like, watch Christmas shoes. Listen to this movie. Listen to this song. It's so good. I'm like, I ain't listening to that. I ain't watching that. I don't. I just can't handle it. That's a really good song there. He does a better job than 9 Inch Nails, in my opinion, on that song. He does a hell of a job on that song. And the video, oh my goodness.
Johnny Cash does nothing wrong.
Yeah,
Love
right.
him. Love him. Mary said there were a few retracted comments. See, I didn't see them. Yeah, I know. YouTube really pisses us off all the time. I noticed tonight you have talked about something different than WhatsApp, or maybe I looked at it wrong. I think I'm way behind y'all on these comments.
You are.
I've gotta be.
No, I was like, we're way down here. You keep flopping them up.
Gotta love it. Got to love it. I love Johnny Cash, y'all. I'm telling you, Folsom Prison. Grew up to Johnny Cash. My daddy used to listen to him all the time.
Michelle said she noticed tonight we have talked about something different than what's up, or maybe I looked at it wrong.
Yeah, that's
what
the
are you
one
talking about, hun?
I wasn't sure. I think I missed something again. Again. See, I did see just one of his comments was deleted, but I just figured what he said wasn't. Huh.
See, I can't see that it's deleted over.
Right.
No, Let me look somewhere else. Hold on.
Boy named Sue. You know, that song wouldn't even be a big deal today. Back in the day, it was a big deal, but today it ain't no big deal.
Did you hear that one with, who was it? It's called North Country with Johnny Cash.
What is it?
North Country.
I don't think so. I don't think I've heard of North Country. No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I like the old rugged flag. I mean, I thought I knew all of his music. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's with Bob Dylan.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Huh. I'll have to look it up. I got to check it out because I thought I knew all of his music. Johnny Cash is awesome. You know who else I love? Elvis. Of course, that's no secret. Everybody knows I love Elvis. It's not just his music either. Like his music's okay. Like it's just okay. But it's him. And I'm not even talking about his looks. He never forgot where he came from, you know? And he was always helping everyone. Like he did more for everyone else than he even did for himself. That's a big deal to me. Biggie. Biggie, like notorious Biggie. Biggie. It is what Kim was talking about her lives is when I commented that when she said she had to make the other one for members only. Yeah, that was horrific. But I'm not going to make my lives for members only. I won't do that. I just can't do it because I think all the subscribers should be able to watch without having to do any kind of pay per view. You know, that's why I don't even want to do Patreon. And I'm not saying anything bad against any creator that has Patreon. You know, if it works for you, that's great. But I don't personally want to do it. I don't do members only lives either. I have dropped a few little behind the scenes videos for the members, but as far as full members only live, I just can't do that. Now we did have the members only chat because our chat got completely out of control. But anybody can watch it, not just members. Anybody can watch. You know, I can't bring myself to do any live that is like a pay per view. I just don't feel right doing that. Yeah, I wish I could have committed on the members only live. There were some questions I had, but I forgot what they were now. Oh, I'm sorry, Allison. I'm sorry, honey. And if that's the case, make sure to email probably best probably Nelly or Dave because when I'm running it up there, I'm not having time, but maybe they can look at their email. But the reason we had to do the chat members only is it got really bad. There was a lot of people saying some really bad things. There was other people in there that was reporting those really bad things that were said. YouTube was, you know, hitting me with flags because there was nasty comments that were getting reported as harassment and this and that. And I was like, God, you know, I can't. I mean, I can't do this. You know, I've done lost one channel, and I wished everybody could just chat without doing all the nastiness, but sadly they won't. I saw a duet with a really young Elvis and Frank Sinatra on YouTube from the 50s and 60s. It melted my heart.
John, according to what the heck, I can't remember whose interview it was, but they said February.
I think it was February.
They seen CW and NK really close in the hallway by the water cooler, water fountain or something?
Yeah. It was Anthony Brown.
Yes, that's who it was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably talking too much right now, Dave.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
thank
I put my unjustified email in there so that way people can email. It's Nelly teamunjustified@gmail.com.
yeah, everybody just keep that. Any of you that are at the What's Wednesdays, and have a question and can't get it through the chat, just email her.
Email me
She'll
and I'll have the email open during the live, so I'll keep refreshing it to make sure I get your questions.
yeah.
Hi, Amanda. Welcome.
Hi, Amanda. Good to see you.
Amanda SB, the girl, hadn't seen you in a hot minute.
I know I used to go to her channel all the time,
Yeah.
but been in that funk, so I haven't gone anywhere.
Forgive me if this is not right, Amanda, but I heard you were having a baby or had a baby. Is there any truth to that? Because I remember hearing that, or that you were. I know it was you. It was Amanda. I was just assuming it's you. I don't know another Amanda on here.
In 2 weeks. Well, congratulations.
Okay.
Well,
See, I did hear right.
congratulations.
I did hear
Wow.
right. Congratulations. Everything going okay? Everybody healthy? I hope so. I hope everything's going good for you.
Have y'all picked a name yet? I'm sorry, I'm being nosy. I'm excited. I love baby boys. Me and Josh tried to have a baby when we first got together. We had, 5 miscarriages before Brandon and 3 after.
Goodness.
So he's
Wow.
my miracle baby.
Real. Everything is super smooth, just taking a break until then. And a little after for peace of mind. Oh yeah. Take a break, bond with that baby, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Those newborn babies. So sweet.
Well, you will definitely be in my prayers.
Absolutely. He has a name, but
I
I'm
get
kind
it. We kept Brandon's name under wraps too, but when you announce it, I can't wait to hear.
well, congratulations, Amanda. Gotta send me some pictures, okay? Keep us
Are you
posted.
registered anywhere?
Keep us posted. Utternutter is pregnant. Is she? Is that what she said? She said no. No. I know. It's
She
gonna be
said
a little
no, John.
boy chick. She said she knows it's a little boy, but she's not telling us the name. Like she's not gonna tell us like she thinks we're gonna steal it.
Is this your first baby? Boys are so much fun. Oh my gosh, I love my boy.
They're easier. They're easier.
So much easier.
Yeah,
Except
please send
mine's
me pictures.
graduating in 5 weeks. So sad.
Good Lord, they grow up so fast. Look at Amanda's gonna have one. Oh my God. I love little newborns. Good Lord.
Girl, he's graduating. He's uh 6th in his class, and his class is 685 students.
Oh my gosh. That's a big graduating class.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness, that is a big one.
I didn't know Amanda had 2 girls prior.
That's Allison's got a 17, 22, and 11. Her oldest is leaving Monday for trade school. Aw. Bittersweet, right? Bittersweet. They grow up so fast. You've got 2 girls? I did not know that. I did not know that. This is going to be your first little boy? Mama's boy. You'll see. You'll see. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
our kids. We got a girl and a boy. It really is. It's daddy's girl and mama's boy. They really are. And I was a I was daddy's girl. Like I could get away with anything with daddy.
Well, Brandon's definitely a mama's boy, but
Yeah. It's
boy,
funny,
does
isn't
he
it?
take up for me. He is so funny.
Yeah, they will. I mean, they feel like they just got to protect mama. Yeah.
I know my sister-in-law said something ugly to me one day, and I never seen my son fly off a couch so fast and get in somebody's face. He didn't touch her, but he was like, "Don't you ever effing talk to my mom like that again." I was like, "Oh my, watch your mouth." Because you know Brandon, he's like real quiet and real
Yeah.
calm and cool and collective, but woof.
Right. Aw. Let's see what she say. Kim, did you see Lily's comment about Nico? I didn't. I didn't see that. I'm praying for a mama's boy. I'll go back and look at it. Just
I
I'm
had
praying
it highlighted, but I think it went away.
for my girls
About
are
Nico?
I didn't
Yeah.
see
Oh yeah, well that's a touchy situation there. And the one thing about Nico, the spelling of his name, Shanann's wishes was Niko, and for some reason, who knows, the Rusiks changed it to Nico.
Yeah.
And to this day, Chris does not know the results from the DNA, and the paternal grandparents, which is Ronnie and Cindy, was not given the information. Only the Rusiks. So we don't know if it was actually a boy or a girl or anything else.
No. No. No, Nico not received February. I'm missing something again.
I am too.
I wish I wouldn't get so far behind on these comments because of my amazing computer. Or I don't even think it's my computer. It's definitely my server or StreamYard.
Yeah, see, that's up in the air too. When depending on who you ask and the size of the baby, on when Nico is actually conceived too.
Yeah. I just found out my daughter is having a little boy. She is only 3 months. Oh my god. No, this was in February when they were having issues. I mean, that's 100%. I don't know about April. I guess they still were. I don't know, but I do know they were in February.
See, there's another thing too, is that doctor's appointment that she was supposed to have gone to. That doctor contacted police too and said that he had some important information about Nico, but that was never ever disclosed either.
What now?
The doctor from that clinic that she was supposed to go to, he had called the police and said they had some important information about Nico, but they never ever disclosed it.
Yeah, I know they wanted to talk to him. I didn't know that it was about Nico, but I mean, I guess it would have to be since it was. But I do know that they were wanting to speak with him.
Yeah.
That is weird. I forgot about that. That's true. Huh.
See,
That
there
is
was
true.
actually a lot of talk too because she was actually spotting when she was in North Carolina. It was weird because here she is. She said she puked a week's worth of food, but Sandy or Frank or Frankie never took her to the emergency.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird, especially, a high risk pregnancy and like, what the heck? I don't know.
Yeah.
Instead, she went to the beach the next day.
Yeah. You were talking about there was a lot that happened in February. There was. And I don't not all of it's not in the discovery about what was going on in February. I don't know. I don't even think I can remember much of anything. It's about February in the discovery. But there was a lot that, yeah, there is some. But they were having problems in February. Chris and Shanann were. I mean, that they were. That ain't Chris's baby. That's why Chris was angry enough to do what he did. Actually, as far as who the baby belongs to, the RUSEC said it did. The DNA did come back to Chris. That is what we can say for sure that they said. They did just say Chris. There is speculation since there was 2 Chris's. I don't know. Here's the only thing I can say about that is I've never seen proof either way. Who's it? Who? They did say it was his, and that's really as far as we can go with that. Now, as far as Chris being angry enough to do what he did, no. Even till today, Chris's parents wants to see the DNA. Chris tells his mom, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. He's my son. I know he's my son, and either way, it doesn't matter. He's my son. And his mom will say, it does matter to me. I want to know, And Chris tells her, just don't worry about it. Don't just drop it. It doesn't matter. So I kind of don't think so. Chris doesn't even really strike me as the type of person that's jealous. Like he's just the kind of person that would, in my opinion, just hang his head down and walk off if they don't want him no more. So I don't see him getting angry enough. I don't personally see that being the reason. I think the reason was NK and financial. I mean, they were in a hell of a financial situation. Of course, the baby wasn't helping that, but it takes 2. So, he can't be not to blame there.
Actually, John, the Chris himself said it wasn't his. He actually told Ronnie that. That was when he went to North Carolina.
Chris told Ronnie it wasn't his?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's where Cindy got it from, because with all the doubt.
I didn't know that one. She had an ultrasound that coincided. Yeah, the one where it said little peanut.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first little ultrasound. I think it was Chris, or it might have been Chanel. One of them said little peanut. My dad passed in 2020 and been dealing with lots of depression. I hope you do too. That's a hard thing to get through. When it comes with a parent, it's hard. I hope you do too, honey. Okay, y'all. We've been here about 2.5 hours. I think we're gonna call it a night. And get us some sleep and try to get everything together for our What's Wednesday. It's gonna take me a while to try to get all that put together in a decent rhyme or reason, to where it can be understood. Everybody asking tough questions. Do the Watts asking for the case to be reinvestigated, or okay, if you can't do the what? Do you mean are they wanting it reinvestigated? Or okay, I see it there. Are they? Parents would love for it to be. However, Chris refuses. Absolutely refuses. He don't want. He's he's accepted. I'm going to be here for life. They went to do the 35C. Chris was not happy. He didn't want any part of it. He does not want it brought back to trial. And ultimately, no matter who tries to open the case back up, if it's something that Chris is going to try to prove his innocence, he obviously is going to have to be okay with going along with it. And he's not. Like, oddly enough, like Sherilyn Cadle said in her book, and it is true, Chris is content where he's at. And I mean, I'm not even sure if Chris realizes this or not. I get the prison that he's in is kind of like a soft prison. It is. It's more
It
like
is.
a transitional. It's not like a hardcore maximum security prison, right? It's just not. And if he may be happy and content and comfortable where he's at, but there's no guarantee he's going to be staying there.
No, none.
I mean, he can be picked up and moved out of there overnight. So he don't like getting very comfortable where he's at. When you're in prison, you don't get comfortable anywhere unless you're on death row, because you're not going to be moved around at that point. But if you've got life, I mean, we know somebody that's got life, and they were stayed in this one prison for how long was Joe there? Like over 20 years, and just overnight they picked him up and moved him. There's no guarantee he's going to stay where he's at. I personally don't believe he will. I believe he's eventually going to be over there with what's his name, Stephen Avery, which is 5 minutes down the road from where he's at right now.
That might
Good
be
night,
part of
Amanda.
the plea
Good
agreement
night,
too. That
sweetheart.
he
You have a
stays in.
good night's rest. Thank you for coming by and seeing us, hon.
That might be part of
Good
his
night,
plea
Amanda,
agreement
and
that he stays in
congratulations.
Dodge.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to stay there, really. It is a transitional. When Chris went in, it was pretty obvious that he wasn't thick skin. That's the only way I
Not
can.
at all.
Yeah, he wasn't the thick skin lifer. You know what I'm saying? And so that was like a safety net kind of prison. I don't think he's going to stay there. He might be comfortable there, but getting too comfortable there is probably not in his best interest, in my opinion.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
I don't think he's going to be staying there.
No, because he ever goes back to Colorado, they'll kill him.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
guys, don't forget next Wednesday, if you're not a member and you can't comment, just send an email to me and I will ask the questions for Dave and Kim, or if I know the answer, I'll answer them for you. But it's Nelly, Nellly Nelly teamunjustified at gmail.com.
Nelly, Team Unjustified. Email? Is that what you said?
At gmail.com.
There we go. That way, if they forget it, they can just come back to this live and pull it right up. And I'll also put it in the description box too.
Okay, cool. And maybe my mic will be here by then.
Yeah. Yeah, Nelly. That'll be cool.
Mike who?
So you can gripe at me for mine going in and out too, like hers does.
Yeah.
Amanda, isn't that the truth? Man, those drama streams, oh my God. Like we were
Yeah.
going to do our live earlier tonight and we looked over there and it was like, I mean, there was just, everybody was live and I'm like, there's no sense in us doing it, man. Because you got
No.
500
All-
piled up over here in this chat talking about the juiciest drama. You got 500 over here in this chat talking about the newest Wells conspiracy. And I'm like, shit, we might as well wait, man.
Well, conspiracy, people making money off of a baby girl that's missing and they don't even talk about her.
I just can't deal with that Wells case. It's just
Nope.
I
If they
don't
start talking
feel
about the facts, that'd be one thing, but I
there ain't
don't
no facts
care,
to talk about no more. I mean, we done talked about every fact there is. There's
right?
nothing new.
I could give two craps about what Candace is doing or who she's doing or
I don't know. I don't know. There should not be a damn thing about that case the least bit amusing. Nothing. But then I go and I look at these streams titles and I'm like, what? Why? And it's like, I seen one the other day. Candace is on a dating site.
Oh, geez. Who
Who
gives
gives a
a
shit?
Rudy Tooty?
Who cares? Like, I don't care if she's on every dating site. Who gives a damn? Like, we already know she's a POS mom. I mean, hate
Right?
me if you want to, but it is what it is. I'm not saying she's guilty because I don't know if she's guilty. I mean, I don't know. I'm not law enforcement, and they need to get on the damn ball and do something. It's the way I see it. But who cares? Who cares if she's on a dating site? Who cares if she's sitting there watching a ball game? Like, who gives a damn? Well, she should be out here searching for her kid. I get it. I get it. And I would. But making videos and talking about it damn sure ain't gonna change her mind. It don't make you
Nope.
feel, oh man, I better start looking for Summer because they're talking about me watching a ball game. She ain't gonna do that. She don't care. If she cared, she'd have done something a long time ago.
Shit, if my kid was
Give a damn.
missing, you'd be dang sure I'd be out there looking right now. I wouldn't go to sleep until I found my kid.
Right. But that's been since day one with her. I mean, they've proven pretty damn well that,
It's
you know, to
fixing to
me,
be a year.
Dawn showed more give a damn about trying to get things done, and he wasn't even showing her really nothing either. So I mean, Candace is, in my opinion, this has never showed no give a damn that her kid's gone. Just to
No,
be
because
quite honest.
even Dawn had kept on saying, like during the interviews, that how much that Candace loved her, and yet she's sitting right there not saying anything.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
just
she's half
yeah. I mean,
stoned or something.
yeah, that's I'm just that CPS failed them kids. That's all. I mean, if they would have took those kids when they first went there, none of this would have happened. She's
Nope.
never getting the boys back. That's pretty obvious. I find zero reason to sit back and talk about what Ernie's doing, Candace is doing. Who I don't even know who all the players are in that case. I have no idea. I really don't even care. I try to keep up with the news and pray to God they find the little girl. All these other players, I don't care. I mean, we can sit here and go, I guarantee you she's over there at so and so's house, or I guarantee you so and so knows and so and so's a part of it. What good's it doing us doing all that, man? It's changing nothing.
Well, even with Rose, they said that the one lady said that Candace killed her and buried her underneath a driveway or some stupid thing.
Oh my
It's like, come on, like if you're accusing that,
God. Amen,
CBI would have had that all dug up and checked. You know,
Amen. Look there what she said.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I say. I'm telling you, Dawn and Candace does not look like what's a good word for it? Professional criminals to me. I don't see how they could have done any damn thing and be smart enough and savvy enough to have outsmarted the FBI, the search teams, the law enforcement, all of these people all of this long. I'm telling you. I'm telling you now, I don't think they know where she's at, and I know that's unpopular. Damn, that's an unpopular opinion. But I don't think either one of them knows where she's at. I think Candace and Grandma is guilty as hell of being neglectful as hell and just not even watching her and letting her disappear and whatever the hell happened to her. And I do believe there is a possibility that one day she may end up being another JC Dugard. I believe that's a possibility. I just do. If she's not already deceased, I believe that could happen one day. But all of this other stuff with all these other players, they don't know where she's at, man. You got to give FBI a little credit. I mean, I know they screw up a lot of stuff, but come on. Come on. They would have done arrested, interrogated the hell out of people. They're not going to sit in the bushes with binoculars, man. They ain't got time to do that. FBI's not going to do that with a bunch of country bumpkins. They're going to go up there. They're going to arrest them. They're going to interrogate the hell out of them. They're going to be easily broken. They're not that intelligent, y'all. Come on. Oh man,
Nope.
don't get me started on that case because boy, I'm gonna start having some people hate me right now. Because too many people is all about. I don't even know all the players' names because I think it's ridiculous. I don't even know. I know there's somebody named Tim. I keep seeing that name all over the place out there. Um, I don't know, God, she was buried under a driveway. She was buried in a wall. What else? What else has been out there, y'all? She was in a septic tank one time. I can't even remember what all it was. There's been so much. We got to give FBI a little bit of credit. I mean, they know what they're doing. I mean, they're shady as hell on a lot of cases, but I'm telling you, they're not going to waste time on these people. If they thought these people knew anything, in my opinion, they would have done wrecked their asses. Yeah, I mean, that's what I think, Amanda. I honestly do. I know that's so far away from what everybody thinks, but I don't talk about that case. It's very rare that I do. And everything I've seen from that case, I just don't see them people smart enough to be able to outsmart FBI's and everything involved. I don't see it. They're just not that intelligent. Oh, Don's got some street smarts. I don't give a damn what Don's got. He ain't that smart. He's just not. And both of them, the way they fought each other, got drunk. I mean, man, they would have done ratted all over each other. Them people, them two don't know where she's at. Candace and Grandis know that they just are a piece of shit for not watching her that day, is what I think. That's what they're hiding. Guilty knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Is their neglect. Yeah, we might have better ended on that note, because when I get to talking about that case, it's not good. It never ends well, because I mean, people that I used to be close to and things like that, they are on a whole other thought and level on that case than I'm in. You know, and I just anytime I go live, I bring up JC. Yeah, kidnapped in her front yard by a stranger in broad daylight. Anything can happen. Thank you, Amanda. And honestly, I honestly believe if that baby's not dead, that's going to be she's going to be another JC case. I really do.
Better watch out. You're going to get another text message, Kim.
Yeah.
I could care less. I'm not, I ain't playing with the whole, Ernie Shell. I don't even know all the players. I don't want to know.
I don't either.
Crazy ass case right there. And I stick to my opinion. She's either deceased or she's going to be another JC Dugard. Cleveland abduction. I mean, it happens. People's like, it can't happen. It can happen. It's possible. It is. I mean, they lost her track right there at the road. That don't matter, I don't reckon.
All I know is that I'm sick of not hearing about the case. I'm sick of hearing about what the parents are doing now and everybody fighting about who's doing what. It's not about her anymore. I'm sorry. It's not.
Oh, no, it's nothing about her anymore. Nothing.
And I can't stand that.
Nothing. I never was interested in him talking to Dawn, to be honest. I mean, I wanted to hear a little bit out of him just to kind of get a feel of the family dynamics, you know. But as far as asking him questions, in my opinion, I never thought there was any sense in it. Because I don't think he was there. And that's another highly unpopular opinion. I don't think he was there. I think if he was there, the cops would have known it. They took his phone. They checked the GPS. They would have known he was there, and they would have interrogated him.
Well, we know how I feel about the other stuff that came out about him and what I was told. So we just won't even go there.
That's a messed up case.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all, let's just end this. I think Dave's falling asleep.
No, I'm going to go look for that prison guard, or was she a deputy sheriff from Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was her husband that took her. I don't know. Yeah. All right, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming. Amanda, make sure you send us some photos, girl. If I don't see you.
Yes, please do. Can't
Really
wait
good
to
seeing
find
you
out
again,
what you're
Amanda.
naming them.
Yeah,
And I will definitely keep you in my prayers, Amanda. I hope everything goes great with
sure.
your delivery.
Absolutely. Thank all of you for coming over here, hanging out with us tonight. We don't do this very often. I think this is the first time we've done this in almost a year, isn't it?
Almost,
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty close.
We don't
but
do
we're going to start doing it again on Saturdays. So,
maybe doing this. But yeah, y'all be watching for us on What's Wednesday. Don't forget to also go subscribe to the Breaking News channel if you're not already. I drop stuff over there from time to time.
oh, and Monday we're doing a live on
Yeah, over there on the
over there on the stay of execution for that Melissa. What was her last name? She's from here. Geez, I can't remember.
Lucio.
Locio.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a crazy case too. You know, her daughter is actually a subscriber on that channel too.
Mm-hmm.
So she's could come up on panel. You know, I've told her she's more than welcome to come up on panel when we're having that live about her mom. So she may do it. She says her mom is guilty as hell. You know, she said her mom abused Mariah. She's seen it. She lived there. I don't know how I feel about that case. There's two sides to every story. I wasn't there, but I'm willing to hear them all out, you know.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I'm willing to hear them though. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good day, night, evening, wherever you may be. And until next time, this is Unjustified. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave us a comment below on your thoughts of this video. And until